The relationship between Ryan Reynolds and his wifey Blake Lively may not be as perfect as it may seem. Let's check out the biggest red flags in their relationship. These are the biggest red flags in Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' relationship.
Everything I do is to make her laugh, so thank you.
They were seeing people right before dating each other. In a discussion with fellow actors Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett, the hosts of the podcast Smartless revealed that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's romance blossomed while they were out on separate dates. "We were friends and buddies, and about a year and a half later we went on a double date, but we were dating separate people," Ryan told the podcast co-hosts. "I was just begging her to sleep with me," he revealed. Although the two celebrities had always kind of kept in touch since working together on the Green Lantern film, their romance quickly blossomed. Next thing you know, she was going to Boston, I was going to Boston, and I said, "Well, I'll ride with you." We got on the train and we rode together, Reynolds shared on the podcast, adding that the development from casual friends to a romantic relationship was something out of a fairy tale. Although there's nothing wrong with this tale of the couple's unusual first date, some people find it strange since they were both recently unmarried. In addition to dating separate people, Lively and Leonardo DiCaprio had recently called it quits, and Reynolds had recently separated from Scarlett Johansson, who had allegedly accused Reynolds of cheating. On the same day that Lively was sighted in Boston with Reynolds, word broke about Lively's breakup. It's feasible that the two engaged in covert, low-key, soft cheating, regardless of the veracity of the cheating accusations. They got married just 11 months after they started dating. After their brief romantic encounter in Boston in October 2011, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's fleeting attraction turned into something more substantial. Reynolds acknowledged, as he did on the Smartless podcast, that a week later I was like, "We should buy a house together," and we did. It's one thing for them to live together shortly after courting, assuming their short vacation to Boston counts, but it's quite another to be married a year later. Nobody is certain when Reynolds proposed, with one of the priciest celebrity engagement rings no less, but it couldn't have happened too soon because in December 2011, Reynolds invited Blake to visit his parents in Vancouver, Canada. On September 9th, 2012 in South Carolina, the two actors tied the knot in a covert ceremony. Ryan Reynolds might want a stay-at-home wife. Every celebrity couple has to learn how to balance their personal obligations with their acting schedules. The Hollywood lifestyle is hectic, and while it offers certain benefits, it often means long absences from home and work schedules. Thank goodness Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have advanced to a position in their careers where they can select the roles they want to play. As a result, every movie they work on turns into a sort of passion project rather than just a job. In 2020, Lively said to E! News in response to a question about prerequisites for taking on a new project, "I guess I really have to really love it because I just love my kids." Lively must have been completely enamored with The Age of Adeline since the movie was filmed while she was expecting her first child. Blake and Ryan's career rivalry is something worth mentioning, a source told Radar in 2015. Ryan would like a wife who stays at home, but that's not Blake. Naturally, if Lively shares this desire, there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mother. For the time being, this appears to be the case. "I've always wanted a big family," Blake Lively said to Allure in 2012. "Oh, I'd love 30 if I could." Still, kids grow up too fast. Lively's life goals could change, which would impact their dynamic. The couple's move from full-time performers to co-parents was not without its challenges, and it is unlikely that it will become any easier as their family grows. Ryan makes decisions without his wife's consultation. When Ryan Reynolds and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Rob McElhenney purchased a portion of Wales's Wrexham football team in 2020, well, everyone was taken aback. Blake Lively, his wife, was completely taken aback by this, as she was not involved in the $2.5 million transaction. "I remember seeing Blake and saying, 'I have bad news and I have really bad news. The bad news is I slipped into someone's DMs again," Ryan told McElhenney on Jimmy Kimmel, referencing the way he struck up a friendship with McElhenney. "The really bad news is that I might have bought half of a fifth-tier National Football League in Wales." Ryan described his wife's response to him as not good. He continued, "We're still working through that one." Though it's perfectly acceptable for couples to make independent decisions and exclude their partners from all aspects of their lives, there is something to be said for those who don't feel the need to let their partners know about big life decisions and financial investments. If you're in a committed marriage, not consulting your spouse before making potentially life-changing decisions shows a lack of regard for one another. Making significant decisions together is one of the indicators that your partnership is healthy. This is especially important if you have several kids kids and share a home. Even if Reynolds' purchase appears humorous to others, it still betrays a lack of communication and regard for his life partner. Their fame could be detrimental to their kids. Although becoming a well-known Hollywood actor sounds wonderful, the real world is far less glamorous. Because of the continual observation and lack of privacy, it is not for everyone. Therefore, a married couple with 4 children faces unique obstacles when raising their children in the spotlight. Although Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have done a good job of keeping their children out of the spotlight, they fight to maintain their children's privacy, which is probably a source of discussion at home. For example, Lively used Instagram in 2021 to criticize newspapers for publishing pictures of their young children. Lively said, "This is so disturbing," in response to a post that Hollywood star Kids has since removed via Grazia. "I've personally shared with you that these men follow and talk to my children, and you are still posting. You said you would stop. You personally promised me. This is not casual appreciation. This is you also exploiting very young children. Please delete, please. Some parents are okay with this. We are not." What do you guys think of the things on this list? Let us know in the comments, and we hope you have a great day. Peace.